read that. Look at the board.
Is it like similar to C3?
Yeah, look at the board. Think about what should go in that fraction. Then do it. Type it in your calculator. That would be at least. But what does that equal?
3.
That is one answer. That is your
Image parameter? Scale factor.
Now, if your original perimeter is 26, how are you going to use these to get that?
What's this?
Yes, but no. You're gonna
No, because I want to get it right before I do it.
Okay.
12 times 3.
Is the perimeter right?
Let me see your calculator. Yeah, your perimeter's good. Let me see you type.
6 times 3 seconds plus 1.
No, that's why.
That's not it?
No.
So which one is it?
Clear it all out.
36.
Stop. You don't even need to use the second power. Square.
Equal?
I'm sorry. My bad. To square, to do that, it's that long. You're doing 3 squared, right? So that's how you would type it in. Another way you could do it is 3 raised to the second. Okay?
Pass me a calculator.
Now that you see that, try it.
That would work.
Start by doing that. I've already had one thing drop on the ground. Yeah, that looks right. You want to put it up?
I just had a question. 12 times 3 is 36, which is the area, but I don't know how to find it. 4 times 3 is 26. So I wouldn't know how you get 26.
No. I'm telling you that the perimeter for that shape is 26.
The original one?
Yeah. So if you know the original perimeter is 26, and it's a dilation of how much?
3. So
Well, then-
26 times 3?
There you go. Why don't you do that? Before you start, I'm going to go over it all. Good. Thank you. Yeah, you can. Go ahead.
Second one?
So, you can go ahead and
Wait, hold on.
do everything except 8. There's also a math. Go ahead and start practicing. All right. I'm only going to give myself 3 minutes to go over this. Today's not a teaching day. Today's a practice day. But I want to correct some misconceptions. How are we going to figure out the scale factor?
12 divided by 4.
Yeah, it's something from the image. So the only thing we have is 12, and then you divide it by the corresponding side, 4. What's our scale factor? 3. All right, our scale factor is 3. If our original perimeter is 26, what's going to be our new perimeter? Why? Yeah, it's just your original perimeter times the scale factor, which gives you, perfect. So that's why it's 26 times 3. This is incorrect. 108 is not the new area. That's the mistake that most students were making yesterday. That is a good mistake. What should it be? It should be 324. And what are you doing?
They multiply 36 by 3, but also squared.
Where'd you get the 36 from?
Area.
Area of the original.
And that's the area. Good. And where are you getting the 3 from?
Scale factor.
And what are you're saying it's not enough just to do that, right?
Square it.
And that's what you're forgetting. So just on a how to do it, it's the original area times your scale factor squared. Why you do that is because of this. Right? Does everybody see this rectangle?
Yeah.
Area is height times base. 2 times 5 is 10. I'm going to dilate it by a scale factor 3. So if I dilate this by 3, what should this side become? And the base? So look at it visually. If I dilate it by a scale factor of 3, that original side of 2 happens once, twice, 3 times. That original side of 5, it happens once, twice, 3 more times. How many of our original areas, how many of our original rectangles fit in this dilated shape? There are 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Why wasn't it just 3 more rectangles?
Because it's not adding, it's multiplying.
What's that?
It's not adding, it's multiplying.
What's getting multiplied?
The original, not the scale factor.
And it's the original.
Area.
And what is area? What does area come from?
Inside.
Yeah, and it's really a height and a base, a width. So you're not only getting 3 more going up, you're getting 3 times more going across. What's 3 times 3? That's why there's how many more rectangles in there. So you take your original area and then you multiply it by what? I know you know it, Matthew. I want to see someone else. I know you know it too. Okay, so what's my scale factor? Anything else? And what happens to the scale factor?
3 squared.
Squared. Scale factor squared. So if I told you my original area is, give me a number.
7.
Perfect. 20. Give me a scale factor.
4.
And your scale factor is 4. What's my dilated area? How would I figure it out? Not Matthew, not Lizette, not Amsada. Brandon.
24.
So it's 20.
Times 4.
Just that?
Yeah.
Squared. What gets squared?
4.
The scale factor. And in this case, 4. Because when you are talking about area, area has 2 dimensions. It has a base and a height. So that scale factor of 4 gets distributed. You have to have that 4 not just 1 time. You have to have it 2 times. You have to have it for the base and the height. That's why area is scale factor squared. If you want practice on this problem, number 14, we're going to hand you the practice. Go straight to 14. Try out that problem. That problem is definitely going to be on our exam. That's exactly 1 week from today.
And what?
And on our second DRA.
Wait, what question?
Number 14.
Listen, for the level 5, don't put this DRS. I'm really stressing. They gave me 2 minutes.
But I noticed that it's like how like that you kind of like divide in order for you to find the answer. And for the opposite, to kind of yeah.
You had to do the
Yeah, I had trouble.
So can I give you some feedback? I would do this crisscross. 3 times You're gonna do the same thing here. This one's no different. I'm doing that on purpose. Show me. But then 15 divided by 18. You want me to? I think that's a good strategy for all of us. What's your very close. You crisscross, you get rid this. I got it. Oh, it's like this. Yes, it's like this. How are you showing your work?
Just look at wall math. Look at wall math.
Where did you get this?
But that's fine.
That's perfect. Can you do me a favor? Can you?
What is that face, bro? That face, bro? That face. I have like 15 other faces. You said 15 years of hate.
I have 15 other faces.
15 other faces. I was about to say 15 years of hatred. God damn.
Can you show your work on here? and explain how to solve number 2? Like, talk it out. Because I got my recording going, all right?
Oh, right now?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
How does that work? Like,
Yeah, I'll answer it real quick because I have this thing going, and then it's recording down there. Okay. So I'm gonna let Mark.
what does it do though? If it records it, what does it do?
Everything that's on the screen and the voice.
And then you like edit the video.
No, I don't edit. So this is all gonna be in that YouTube video. That's why I don't want to have it too much.
Oh.
Okay.
Alright. Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, and today we're gonna do a tutorial on how to solve question number 2.
I like Cheetos.
Yeah, so do I. Nah, Doritos are better. Yeah,
Which one's your answer?
Alright, so
What was your
basically,
answer?
That's a cross multiply.
yes.
So 6 and x,
You just need more time to do it.
and then 4 and x plus 5.
Yeah.
Do it. Do it.
It's gonna look like
Oh,
this.
you're not doing number
So
8.
first, what you're gonna want to do is,
Write it up.
yeah. So 6 times x would be 6x equals. Then you put the equal sign because
Well, this one's a little tricky. You have to bring the 4 to the x and the 5.
So if you're not sure how to do 4 and x, what you're gonna want to do,
Wait. Yeah, keep on.
yeah. So what you're gonna want to do is now think of it like this. So 4 is on one side, and hold on. This. Think of it like this. So these are in parentheses because you need to find. You need to find.
I'm gonna explain. Just bring it over this way because you need to bring it to both.
Oh yeah.
So it'll be 4x plus 20.
Oh no.
You should have
That looks ugly. Yeah, that looks ugly. Sorry, guys.
just bring the whole thing out first.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
My apologies, guys.
Just 4 parentheses.
Okay, you should have put 4 parentheses.
No, you don't put the parentheses no more. You already solved it. Alright, no.
Now,
No.
You bring that 4x over. So minus 1.
no, it's not.
And then you do this.
Oh yeah, because you got to subtract by the lowest one, right?
I'm sorry to do it, guys. This is with my left hand right now.
Start over.
No, I got this.
Now, distribute.
Yeah.
So now it'll be 6x equals 4x plus 20. Now,
What you're gonna want to do? Oh no.
take the lowest.
Yeah.
Just that point of that line right there. 2x.
Now you have to divide both sides.
No, by 2, not x.
And then x.
You don't divide by 2x.
Oh, you know what I mean, bro.
Yeah, you can because
No, you can't.
you're trying to find x.
That's 20 doesn't have an x, so you can't divide it by 2x.
I know, but you're still gonna get x. Think of it like this. It's like
Well, yes, the answer.
Alright, whatever.
We don't do any of those.
it's recording.
Sorry, guys.
know it is.
It's recording?
You guys weren't meant to hear that.
Yo, yes! Yo, I can't wait till I'm gonna go on his YouTube channel and expose you there. Watch.
Hey. Come on, stop
Oh,
I said expose.
Did you guys finish?
yes.
Joseph made a.
When you're done, put it right there.
All right.
Joseph did it.
Let me get your attention real quick. I want to show you on number 3 how to solve these. I know a lot of you are just saying, oh, if I know one side is 18, what does that correspond to? Yeah, that corresponds to 3. And you're finding that what dilation took place? Yeah, that was a dilation with a scale factor of 6. Because they tell you the shapes are similar, what do you know about, you said you did 18 over 3? What would be the ratio with the red ones?
5 times 6.
No. A ratio is a fraction. I'm saying if you did 18 over 3, what would be the ratio using the red numbers? Not the answer. What's the...
No. X over 5.
Why does it have to be X? Yeah.
Not the original.
If you take something from the big shape and you put that on top, then when you go to do every other ratio, you got to follow the same method, the same order. You got to take something from the big triangle, which in this case happens to be the variable. That goes on top. That's going to get divided by the corresponding side. That's going to get divided by 5. What does this ratio have to equal if the triangles are similar? It has to equal 6. If these triangles are similar, I know when I compare corresponding sides, the ratios have to be the same. What I'm trying to tell you is, instead of finding the scale factor, instead of doing your scale factor, times the original side to find out that this is 30, like I know you can do that. What I want you to do is, I want you to make a proportion. I want you to say, oh, if I'm doing something from the big triangle divided by the corresponding side from the little, 18 divided by 3, then that has to be equal to something from the big triangle divided by the corresponding side. And then how do you solve this?
1875.
Yeah. That's what, like 90, 3x divided by 3, x equals 30. Yeah? Use proportions. I want you to get in that habit, because sometimes they're going to ask you the question like, oh, which proportion makes sense? And if you don't know how to set up a proportion, you can't do that problem. That's why you should, in these problems, practice setting up proportions.
Is it 4?
This is,
Oh.
We're not doing number 8. Keep on practicing.
Oh.
How do you do number 6?
Wait, Mister, number 5 is it 40, 8, or 7?
I have a question.
Try it. You're gonna do number. Now, I'm gonna get a little sassy with you.
Don't drop it.
You're gonna leave this here, right? You're not gonna pick it up.
But he dropped the calculator.
All right. I don't trust you right now.
All right.
That shouldn't even count.
Buster, can I do it?
Would you like to do number 6? Cool. Can I make a recommendation of like coloring the corresponding sides?
What color is it?
Can I give you feedback? This is the hard one. It's just because it's like, I'm just going to say, give me this.
Oh my god.
I did bottom or left. Bottom is older. Well then, what is what's my ratio? It's got to be bottom. 15. What should that be? But if they're looking for X, you're right, it should be 32 over 12. Right. 40 over 32, right? That's how I would say this. I would take
Oh, wait. How did you number
Alright, so basically 15 has to go with 15 and you're trying to look for that, right? So that's how you get 15 first, right? And then afterwards, if you put it back to the original spot, 9 would be right here, right? And so that's how I got 9, because the other numbers, they combine, they're corresponding together, but you don't really need those numbers. See what I'm saying? I'm in XX mode.
He's dead. I found that funny. Shouldn't it have been 15 over X?
No,
Because, but look, the two bases.
it's supposed to be. Wait, hold on. It's supposed to be X of 15 because this one is the image, and then this one is the original. You see what I'm saying? So that's why it's X over 15. I put that one as
You said. You're saying it's all right. But you know what? If you're saying it's working, then I understand. I don't want to do it. You're saying they need to make great seconds. These are proportions. These are just pick any. Oh my God! We are the same answer. What is that?
Electrons. Alright, can you give me the answer?
well, nah, he really buys it. 14, right?
Equals. I think so. I don't, let me see. She did 15 over 9, so she's doing this over the corresponding side. Well, then she's got to do something from there divided by the yeah, that looks good. 15 times 15 is 225. Is that true? 15 squared. Yep. And then 9. Yep. Divide by 9. Yeah, she's right. Absolutely. Good look.
Mister, is this right, number 14?
Yes. Yeah.
It's 3?
Yeah. Okay. So, when they're asking you to like show that things are similar, you could make a proportion.
Or do a fraction, right?
Yeah, and I like
That's
that.
how I did it.
I think that makes sense. Like the
It's
proportion.
more easier.
The proportion I think is really good for like when you know they are similar. You can use that to solve for things. But if they're asking you verify if they're similar, you want to do ratios. So we're gonna make 2 ratios. Just pick any number.
20 by 16.
No, just a number. Right. So you're picking this, right? What do you want to divide that by? All right, that makes sense then. Yeah. So you're doing something from the big divided by the corresponding thing from the smaller shape. Okay. Well, what's your other fraction have to be then?
40 over 32.
Yeah, something from the big. Let me do it in blue. Something from the big divided by the corresponding side in the other shape. Can you type those into the calculator? What's 20 divided by 16?
1.25.
And now, before you even type in the blue, if they're similar, yeah. So if we get 1.25, what's that mean about the shapes? If we get something else,
That's not similar.
good.
They are similar.
Show me. So this is 1.25.
We want the extra mile.
we did everything.
It's a little extra. Answer the question. Can you
Mister, I'm actually getting this.
can you do number 10 and then number 9? Sure. But on here. And then talk it out. Can you talk it out? Because this is recorded.
I got 3.
Yeah?
Come in the back. Ask me how wide
I don't know where it went.
So the floor, this is the floor which has 50. Wait, stop.
Okay.
Is that
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're gonna take
24 divided by 20?
24 over 20.
Because we're dividing something from the big from something from the small.
Yeah, correspondence.
And that will give us a a answer of 1.2. Yeah, 1.2. And now we're gonna do that again. We're gonna take something from the big and then divide it by something from the small. So 36 divided by 35. And if they are similar, they will have the same thing of 1.2. And if we type that in, that gives us 1.029. So if we see it, they are not similar because they don't have the same decimal proportion.
That one. Let's do this one. So now we're gonna do number 9. So now we're gonna do the correspondence. Oh, you're right. Oh, that's smart. Okay. These are the correspondents. They're the same side. It's just, flipped. Staying Yungi. 16 over 8 would give us 2.
Just verifying that. Indeed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's divided by 2. Okay. So now we have to do the same, but on the opposite side. So 36, 74. It was 7.4 over 3.7 would give us 2.
So they are indeed similar.
They are indeed the same Yungi. Senor, I have finished the equation.
You have to sign it so they know that it was you who did it.
I'm not saying that.
You have to sign it. Sign it.
Mister. I was gonna hit you in the head, but I can't.
Wow.
Sucks to be you, is that?
No way.
That's the number. Imagine it's not recording. Just put it there. We finished.
Put a happy face. Put a happy You're not whispering. Like a loud whisper.
I know. I don't.
I told her that I'm like, no, because she was gonna put 16 and she was gonna put 10 and 8. No.
Would that have worked? Would have it worked? It wouldn't have worked, right? No.
It's like that, right?
Yeah. Now there's one more thing you have to check. All the sides have to be in proportion.
Oh, so 10 and 5.
Yeah.
Oh.
So do that one. Yeah. The others were rectangles, so there's only 2 sides to check.
So 10 equals 2. Now, these are the same. These are the same.
So put that one in like green. Put that one in green.
Put the one in green. Put the one in green.
Circle it. Circle what you did.
You can circle something else.
So they are indeed the same.
The microphone is right here.
Press the button.
I don't know what it's at. It just erases his whole thing.
His whole history.
Hey, idiot, put it with the magnet. Yeah, you're right.
Am I gonna call that too?
Oh my god.
I now realize that this was
What?
you now realize that was clickable.
Yes, first time I ever touched that. I've never wanted to do it. Yeah, because I know my answers are right.
With the wrong method. Euphoria. Isn't that the Univision thing?
Oh no. Nah, I'm talking about something. It's a whole different country.
Helping or
I
distracting?
don't know which one. I'm not like I've been told I'm getting a crap face, so it's like
Okay, but it involves.
I don't even decide what else.
Multiple choice.
I would say I thought about saying something, but then it's like I was gonna say
No, it's not.
It's a collection.
Wait, what is it? What is number? Three?
Just put it on that TV.
he's still gonna hear that I say I hate
11 is, I mean, 13 is wrong. Oh, you get to 7 for 14 is wrong.
You want to read one star,
one word for it.
Shut up!
We have about 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left. I want you to wrap up your thought process because I'm going to hand out an exit ticket. I'm going to hand out. That is the exit ticket.
I already did it.
Good.
What you get for the last
What question? 8.
The exit.
I don't have time.
Yo. The exit ticket was at the bottom of your launch. So if you want to see it on your own, it's right there. But if you need to look at the board, it's up here. I want your answers. So the scale factor, the image perimeter, and the image area. I want them on an index card. If you've already done it, then you just got to copy it over. That's all.
So what do you notice about these? If you don't have a calculator. Are they wrong? They're